Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Lord Jesus, Love is Blind. I really think I'm not gonna pay attention to this franchise again after this season 7 of the US one, because almost everyone in this cast is either a liar, diabolical, problematic, rude, entitled, delusional, except for maybe two people. And out of all the six couples, I believe, that this season started with, I think the only one that even has a chance to make it outside in the real world, I mean, as an actual married couple, are Taylor and Garrett. I think it helps that both of them are a bit nerdy. They both have really good jobs. They both seem to come from stable families. They both kind of have similar personalities in terms of how they approach things, very methodical, very careful, but also are loving. They're the only ones I really see having any kind of normal relationship in the real world. But everybody else, Lord. So I'm only halfway through episode 11 right now, which is not the Bachelorette, the trying on the dresses section, and then the men trying on the suits. And I just really want to point out one of the most egregious men on this season, Tyler, and the whole thing about him lying that he actually has three children that he calls sperm donors, sperm donor babies, or whichever, because that's what he told Ashley, when the rest of the internet knows that no, those are not sperm donor babies. He had some kind of situationship with his baby mama, and they had kids the quote unquote old fashioned way. And he's been in those kids' lives. They actively know what he looks like. And the fact that Tyler is still lying to Ashley, still lying to us, as if there's not going to be information that people are going to find out that he's lying, is crazy. But I want to talk about the trying on the dresses scenes. And Vanessa Lachey's there, and she's asking the women and the loved ones that they brought in and what they think. And Carla, who is Ashley's mom, who is really beautiful. She seems very like classy. That's in how she presents herself. And so Vanessa asks Carla, like, what do you think about Tyler? And she was like, I feel like I've known him forever. And I'm over here looking like, oh, I get what's going on. Ashley for sure lied to her mom about Tyler. I don't think Ashley told her mom that Tyler not only did not disclose that he has three children, but he didn't disclose it earlier. And Tyler is still lying to Ashley about the full capacity of the situation. And I think even if Tyler did tell Ashley about the whole situation, the way Ashley's been behaving pretty much is like, I'm so desperate to get married. It doesn't matter who I marry. I just want to be married. And I don't know if y'all remember earlier in the season, I think around maybe the first night in Mexico where all the couples were staying, Ashley had said to him, and as the audience we were listening, she said that she doesn't care who tries to convince her. No one can convince her that Tyler is a bad person. Even her mom. She's like, oh, if my mom tries to say anything, then she's just not going to come to the wedding. Like, respectfully, mom, just like sit down and shut up. And I'm looking at that like, are you for real? Oh, Tyler got you good. You pretty much showed him from day one, but especially in that moment, that he could say and do whatever to you and you're not going to leave. So Ashley has told us multiple times that she ain't going to leave this man. She said, we're getting married. We're getting married. Like, and I don't think it's not like she's forcing him, because Tyler's more than happy to go along with it because he'll get all kinds of benefits from it. And the main benefit is Ashley, not in terms of like an actual partner, not that he actually cares to build a life with her, no, but financial benefits, security. Like he does not love her. You don't lie to someone you love. You don't admit the truth to someone you love. So I don't know if Ashley marries Tyler, and the way she's really adamant about her doing so, and if she's still married to him while all this information is out there, because I've been looking on Reddit and people on Reddit are saying like on Ashley's Instagram, she's either blocking people who like are calling out Tyler being a liar and like only posting nice things and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm not surprised. But then people are also saying that the cast members can't reveal, how they actually feel about certain moments in the show, so they're gonna keep things light. But I'm like, no, no, I don't know. But if Ashley marries Tyler and is still married to him, that's on her, and it's not going to be a happy marriage. She will end up resenting him, and it's not going to end well, because at some point it will crack. I mean, just look at I'm watching now. Again, I'm only halfway through episode 11, but I'm so upset at the egregious behavior of the contestants that I'm just like, I can't even. When Tyler's men or friends or whatever are asking him, like, what do you like? Actually, sorry, Nick Lachey is asking the men in the men's quarters, like during the suit try-on, what do they think about their friends getting married, right? And when it came to Tyler, he has these two guy friends that he brought on, and they were like, oh yeah, like Ashley's so great. And I think one of his friends named Jake or whatever was like, oh, he didn't think Tyler would get married. He was like, well, I wasn't sure, but whatever was going on in the pods, it worked. What I interpreted that to be, because there's no way his two friends don't know that Tyler actually has kids. He definitely does, right? His friends do. What I'm getting from that is, and based off what Reddit was saying, his friends were like, wow, like he doesn't seem like the marrying type. He is not going to get married, right? But maybe Tyler told him about a plan he had once he got into the Love is Blind casting, like how he's going to finesse some woman who will take him and all his nonsense, and he's going to be able to move forward with that. And that's what I interpret that to mean, because look at it now. Tyler could try to fake cry and put all these dramatic tears and stuff like that. I mean, even the way he talks about Ashley, she understands me for who I am, all my insecurities, my feelings, my emotions. Okay, and that's not actually something, you're not really speaking to something that you like about a partner. You're only talking about something that your partner can give you. He's not saying, at least from what the Love is Blind producers are showing us, he's not saying he loves Ashley, right? Oh, I love Ashley because she's so kind. Oh, I love Ashley because she's really driven with what she wants to do in life. Oh, Ashley's so beautiful. Oh, Ashley's, like, we're not hearing any actual superlatives about Ashley, her character, her looks, anything. It's just like, oh, she accepts me for who I am. It's just, with all the wealth of information out there, it's way too, for you to just be like still in this, I want to get married at all costs, so I'm going to accept a scammer, a liar, who doesn't really value me, who is literally telling me what I want to hear, and I'm actively ignoring it, and actively or willing to ignore my close friends and family who care about me, who know me more than I know that man, that man knows me. I'm willing to ignore it just because I want to be in a relationship and be like, yeah, me too. It's ridiculous. It's not acceptable. And Ashley, I think, is like 32. Girl, there's still time. And I do think it's messed up that there is still this stigma that if women are not married by X, Y, and Z age, and then, of course, the societal pressure to have children, especially if you want to have children and you want to get married, there's this expectation that, like, well, you should be doing it by now. It's not easy. It's not easy to get a partner. It's not easy to get a partner. Actually, let me scratch that. It's easy to get a partner. It's not easy to get the right person for you, because it could take a long time, and it takes other factors, right? Are you ready for it? Is the other person ready? And so it really does suck that she might go through with this sham marriage to a man that doesn't actually love her, but she's okay to accept scraps. Is really sad, and I don't know. So this mostly turned into a Tyler Ashley, because it just pisses me off. Like, it pisses me off every single time I see them on my screen, because he keeps lying and she keeps accepting it. Taylor and Garrett, going back on them a bit, we barely saw the conversation between Taylor's mom and Garrett. So I take that to be that it went perfectly fine. There was probably a lot of good things, and the producers are like, well, we're not going to show too much of this because these two are clearly going to get married. Cool, they're cool, awesome. Ramses and Marissa, no. I'm going to need that to wrap it. No. I'm going to need Marissa to say no to this man. He is a loser. And this, like, feminist persona he tries to portray as if he's such a progressive feminist man, clocked it from the moment in the pods. It's all a performance. It really is. I mean, the fact that you don't care about your partner's emotional well-being or sexual well-being, everything is about you, how you feel sexually, and how you constantly want Marissa to be affectionate and physical with you, even when she says, look, I'm on my period and I don't feel happy and I'm not always going to feel 100% all the time. And the way Ramses goes about is like, well, I get it. Like, you don't have to do anything you want to do, but like, I just don't want this to have to be an issue later on. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean? You are not a supportive partner at all. And I don't think you actually care for Marissa at all. To be honest, despite Marissa, honestly, I like Marissa. I really do. I think she's in a moment of transition in her life. But I think her future is bright. I mean, seeing that she, went from the military and she's going to law school. I think she graduated and now she's working. Like, she has a really bright future ahead of her. Has she made some questionable decisions when picking partners? Yes. Including Ramses, yes. But I think it's because she's still figuring out herself. And I really don't think Ramses should be included in her journey, or he shouldn't be the final destination of her journey, because he's not a good person to her. And he doesn't seem to be a good person or a good partner to women, just in how he behaves and how he expects them to pretty much cater to all his needs, but he's not providing those needs back. So I hope she says no, even though it doesn't feel like she will. Ramsey says he will. I don't know. We'll see. I just don't think, honestly, I don't even think Marissa needs to be in a relationship right now at all. I think she should just focus on her career right now. If she wants to date, cool, but nothing serious right now. Like, she really just needs to focus on herself and her journey. Who's next? Hannah and Nick. Again, in the middle of episode 11, it seems like Hannah and Nick might break up because Hannah's mom came to visit. And after the whole meeting between Nick and Hannah's friends, it was clear that there was still a lot of issues that needed to happen. Hannah has been absolutely insufferable, disrespectful, rude, entitled, mean to Nick from day one when she met him. And it's so interesting how she was so afraid that because Nick, I mean, they both exaggerated how they were going to look like in the pod. So that's on both of them. That was messed up. But she thought Nick was going to be some big, like, hot football player, jock, or whatever she described him to be. And she was worried that he would not find her attractive, right? So it's interesting. Like, what if Nick was the stereotypical big, strong jock or whatever? Hannah would have been so insecure. She probably would have still, like, been, like, lashed out, but not in this power dynamic way that she's able to do to Nick, because he didn't meet her expectations looks-wise and all this other stuff. So she's like, oh, now I have the upper hand. And she's just been bullying and disrespecting Nick since then. I'm tired of her. She calls herself mature. I'm like, okay, so Hannah and I are probably around the same age. I think she's a year younger than me. I'm like, girl, you're not mature. You don't even got no job. You quit your job to be in a reality TV show. Yeah, that's a real mature action. Like, no. And the way you speak to people is really, it really shows the kind of character. And if you're constantly belittling someone who you claim to love, that doesn't show any kind of maturity. Like, Hannah is very mature. She's just very condescending. And it seems like midway through episode 7, they break up. I wish Nick would have broken up with her earlier, because is it weird, or is it not a good thing that Nick doesn't know how to boil pasta per se, and still lives at home with his parents? Yeah, that's not the greatest situation, but Nick seems to come from a very loving and good family, and it doesn't seem like his parents are agitated by him staying at home, whereas Hannah's parents were like, we should have kicked you out long ago. So even Hannah and her parents don't get along. I don't know what's going on there, but even they don't think Hannah is kind. Like, they seem to agree that Hannah can be mean. So I think Hannah, she's not happy in her own life, and she's taking it out on Nick, and she probably does that with other partners that she believes are beneath them because she's projecting her insecurities on them. So Hannah pisses me off. Nick, I do think wants to change, and I do see potential in him changing. He does need to, will I call it mature up, baby, but not in the way Hannah is being condescending to him. Not in that way. He seems like a relatively kind person, at least from what we're seeing. He doesn't seem to be a mean person. But the way Hannah's I'm like, Nick has a job. You don't. So you should not be talking about finances or whatever. Okay? Okay. Alex and Tim, never thought it was going to work out. Both of them have a lot of issues that they need to work out with a therapist individually before they even get into a relationship with anybody. That's my opinion on that. This season has not been great. I guess it's been great a little. I shouldn't say great, but I guess it's been interesting in the last couple of episodes because of all the scandals left and right. However, it seems like most of the cast that made it to, that are actually engaged couples, it seems like those people are unhinged. Yeah. So anyway, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think of episode 11 of the Love is Blind DC season, and who you think will actually get married, because I don't think anyone except for maybe Taylor and Garrett might. And yeah, I look forward to speaking to you guys in the next one. Bye.